GIST TOEFL Academy، بوابتك لإتقان اللغة الإنجليزية.
All right, if you're an educator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Trying to manage a classroom full of young kids online, it can feel like you're trying to calm a shaken up jar of glitter. It is just chaos. So today we're going to dive into some really simple but powerful tools to help all that glitter settle and bring some calm and structure back into your virtual classroom.
So does that word chaotic hit home for you? Yeah. If it does, you're in exactly the right place. We have all been there. Trust me. Trying to teach a lesson to a screen of distracted, wiggly, and sometimes, let's be honest, completely invisible students. It's such a uniquely tough challenge, and you are absolutely not alone in feeling this way.
So let's start by just naming the problem, right? The virtual classroom chaos. Because an online classroom, it isn't just your regular classroom moved to a screen, it is a fundamentally different beast. And figuring out why it's so challenging is really the first step to taming. Think about your physical classroom for a second. You control the environment. You can feel the energy in the room, you can read body language from clear across the room, and you all share a common space. Now, let's contrast that with teaching online. Suddenly, you're beaming into, a dozen different unpredictable homes, each one with its own set of distractions, and you can only see what that tiny little webcam frame allows. It's a whole different world. And look, it feels hard because it is hard. You're dealing with such limited visibility. You have no idea what Lego creation is being built just under the desk. You're fighting for their already short attention spans against this, magnetic pull of the screen. And then there's the tech. Oh, the frozen videos and the muted mics. And on top of all of that, you're trying to navigate this brand new co-teaching dynamic with parents. It's just a massive cognitive load. So where do we even begin with all this? Well, it might actually sound a little bit backward, but the most powerful tool for managing that classroom, it starts with you. Your calm, your energy, it's totally contagious, even through a screen. This right here really gets to the heart of it. Before we can even begin to guide our students through their wiggles or their frustrations, we have to model that regulation ourselves. They pick up on our tone, our pace, and our stress levels instantly. So here's a really simple, in-the-moment strategy. Let's say a student interrupts you for, the 10th time, and your gut reaction is just pure frustration. Instead, you try this three-step process. First, you just pause. Stop that initial reaction in its tracks. Second, you take one slow, deep breathe to center yourself. And third, you respond calmly. Something like, "Wow, I see you're so excited to share. Let's remember our hand-raising signal." You've just modeled how to handle a big feeling without making the chaos even bigger. Okay, so once you've found your center, the next layer is all about creating what I like to call predictable fun. In the often kind of floaty, undefined space of online learning, structure is your absolute best friend. It creates a real sense of safety and security for kids. And one of the simplest, most powerful tools for this is just a first, then visual. You just show what's happening now. So, for example, first it's story time, and then it's our art project. It's so simple, but this little sequence removes so much anxiety for them. When kids know what to expect, it frees up their minds to actually focus on the story instead of worrying about what's coming next. Here's another total game changer. A simple visual timer. For a young child, the words 3 minutes are, they're meaningless, right? It's a totally abstract concept. But putting a clock like this right on the screen makes time tangible. It helps them manage their own focus during a task, and it really cuts down on all those how much longer questions. And of course, we have to get them moving. Sitting still in front of a screen is just torture for little bodies. So build in these quick, 60-second brain breaks. It could be a fast game of Teacher Says, or a fun scavenger hunt like Go Find Something Red, or even just some themed movements like, "Okay everyone, hop like a bunny." It's a crucial little reset button for the entire class. All right, so now we can shift from managing the classroom to actually empowering the students themselves. The goal here is to give them their own emotional toolkits so they can start to learn how to manage their own feelings. A great place to start is just a daily feelings check-in. Using simple nonverbal cues like these gives every single child a really low-pressure way to share how they're doing when they arrive. And in just a few seconds, a quick scan of thumbs up, thumbs down, or wiggly hands gives you this incredibly powerful snapshot of your room's emotional temperature for the day.
Now here is a beautiful way to make feelings concrete for them, the calm down jar. You can actually explain it, you know? Sometimes our minds feel just like this shaken up glitter, all jumbled and chaotic, making it hard to think. But if we just take a moment and we breathe and we just watch, we can see our feelings start to settle, just like that glitter drifting to the bottom. It gives them a visual for a process they can't actually see.
And finally, you can teach them a superpower that they can use absolutely anywhere: belly breathing. Just guide them through it simply. Okay, let's put our hands on our belly. Now breathe in really deep and feel it get big, just like a balloon. And now breathe out nice and slow and feel that balloon get smaller. You're literally teaching them that their own breath is a tool to calm their body. And that's a skill they will have for life. So, from managing your own calm, to providing visual structures, to teaching your students their own emotional tools, you have the power to fundamentally shift the whole dynamic of your online classroom. It really doesn't have to be chaotic. So I'll leave you with this. Looking at all these tools we talked about,
GIST TOEFL Academy، بوابتك لإتقان اللغة الإنجليزية. الآن الفرصة بين يديك.